Welcome back to Dating in the Next Chapter, the podcast where we tackle all your senior dating questions. Today's topic, buckle up, because we're talking about the big one. Yes, we're spicing it up and talking about sex. We may be older now, but we're not without all the regular and normal and healthy desires that come with a relationship at any age. So, when it's the right time to have sex when dating, when is it the right time? So, yep, we're going there because let's face it, just because we're over 60 doesn't mean the desire switch flips off. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. And despite what some people assume, seniors are having plenty of sex, and many are enjoying it more than ever. The difference now is that instead of worrying about birth control and pregnancy scares, we're navigating things like STDs, emotional readiness, and yes, sometimes the reality of aging bodies. So let's break it down with a mix of honesty, humor, and a few helpful tips. And all these tips are just, I think, what people need and want to hear. So let's start up. First up, the timing question. We've heard all the rules. Don't have sex on the first date. Wait 3 dates. Wait until marriage. Wait until you've been together long enough that the idea of taking off your clothes doesn't feel terrifying. The truth is, there's no universal timeline. The right time is when you feel ready, physically, emotionally, and relationally. But here's the catch. Sex means different things to different people. For some, it's purely physical connection. For others, it's a deeply tied to intimacy and commitment. And after 60, many have carry a lifetime of experiences, good, bad, and complicated, that shape how we think about sex in this chapter. So, the first tip, know what sex means to you, then be upfront about it. If you're looking for fun and companionship, say that. If you need an emotional bond before jumping into bed, make that perfectly clear. The right partner will respect your pace, but the rule of thumb, knowing yourself first and being clear on your values of what sex means to you will help you in your communication, that you'll be confident and when the topic comes up. Up next, the STD surprise. Let's talk about something seniors don't expect. STDs are on the rise among older adults. Who would have thought? Why? Because pregnancy is no longer a concern. So condoms fall by the wayside. But condoms aren't just for preventing babies, they're also your frontline defense against infections. The Center for Disease Control has reported significant increases in STDs among people over 55. So here's your friendly reminder: safe sex is still sexy. Condoms and regular testing are not just for teenagers and 20 somethings. So think of it this way: you wouldn't drive a classic car without insurance. Same goes here. Protect what matters. Now let's tackle the emotional roller coaster. Physical risks aside, there's also the emotional impact of sex. After 60, many people are re entering the dating world with long marriages, divorces, or widowhood. Sex can feel exciting and liberating, but it can also stir up feelings of vulnerability, grief, or confusion. If you jump in too soon, you might end up feeling more connected than the relationship is ready for. On the flip side, waiting could build anticipation and deepen emotional intimacy. Neither approach is wrong, but it's worth asking yourself, am I emotionally ready? And doing this because I want to or because I don't feel pressured. What will sex mean to me in this relationship? Answering these honestly can save you a lot of heartache later. We have to mention the realities of aging bodies. It's definitely a thing. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Sex after 60 can look and feel different. And that's not a bad thing. It just means adjusting expectations. For men, erectile dysfunction is a common issue as we age. For women, vaginal dryness or discomfort can occur. But here's the good news, there are so many solutions, medications, lubricants, hormone treatments, and most importantly, open communication, a big thing. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, I often consult a marriage and family therapist when preparing our discussion, and she has provided wise advice. Now, if you're not ready to talk about sex with your partner, you're not ready to have sex with your partner. Simple as that. Remember, sex is both physically and emotionally intimate and vulnerable. It's most satisfying when you have a partner you can trust in both of these areas. And let's not forget, intimacy doesn't just mean intercourse, touch, kissing, cuddling, massage. These are all forms of sexual connection. In fact, many couples report greater satisfaction later in life because the focus shifts from performance to pleasure and closeness. The takeaway from all this, when is the right time to have sex when dating after 60? The answer is simple, when you're ready, when you feel safe, when you feel respected. There's no magic number of dates, no expiration date on desire, and no shame in wanting or not wanting sex at this stage of your life. What matters is honesty with yourself and with your partner about what sex means to you, what you need, and how to keep it safe and satisfying. Because in this chapter, sex can be fun, adventurous, meaningful, and yes, even better than before. That's it for this week's episode of Dating in the Next Chapter. We really want to hear from you on this and what your take is on this. Do you have a funny, surprising, or thoughtful story about sex and dating after 60? Or maybe a question you'd like us to tackle in a future episode? Email us, please, at datinginthenextchapter@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us. And remember, pleasure has no age limit. We'll see you in the next chapter. Take care.